Hi everyone, this is Sue from Innkeeper's Journal. I have a couple more journals ready I want to show to you. They're kind of in a retro vintage design. Go through this one first. They've got some fabric on the tied onto this seam or the spine. Has a vintage potholder. I think there's a pocket under this side and a pocket on the front. Just has this little journal card inside. And it's tied shut with the piece of fabric. It's a little vintage pocket made out of fabric. This little journal spot, this little tag in this little white pocket. Some lace, vintage lace on the edge with the pocket with the ticket. And then a little vintage postcard. Another little journal card, some stamping, little fabric tab. This is a page out of an old stitchery book, I think. This is another old wallpaper magazine page. This has a little piece of vintage fabric, just paper clipped down onto the page. It's another old book page with a tuck spot and a ticket. This is a cluster tuck spot with a piece of this vintage wallpaper inside. There's a little bit of fabric on the edge with some crocheted edge. Sheet music page. Just a piece of scrap paper that hangs on this. It's like a vintage wallpaper band. This is just a Eiffel Tower stationery piece of paper stuck in this fabric. This is like my favorite fabric pocket on this old book page. Another cluster journal spot. Another vintage postcard with an old stamp. This is a tuck spot up here on this chicken stationery. So journal card in this designer paper pocket. This is some fabric on the edge. Another pocket here with a little vintage girl. This is a stationery page tucked in this pocket. Some stamping, and this is like a page for coloring. It's another one of my dress journal cards in this vintage fabric tab on it. This is like a linen napkin page. It has a pocket for this kind of ledger paper journal spot. This is an old book page and some stationery, some stamping. This is a coffee filter, and I just made it into a pocket. A lot of vintage fabrics in here. This is a quilt square, bow tie quilt square. This is a belly band to tuck things underneath. Lace on the edge of this page. Another old book page under this collage tuck spot. This ledger page. Another journaling card. Some pretty roses. And this is some stamping and some fabric tucks in there. Some lace on there. This is a little journal spot. It goes like a book page or magazine page. Just kind of thin, delicate. Some fabric on the edge here. Oh, some vintage wallpaper pieces tucked in here. It's a little tuck spot there. Some sheer fabric, a little tuck spot of an old book page. Another clustered book page. Another cluster tuck spot. It says friendship stamped on there. This is another piece of the linen with the crochet into a pocket. This is just a little bundle of scraps or different types of paper you can use. It's got a paper fastener with a flower, and it hangs on this belly band. You can use it throughout your journal if you want to use it for tuck spots or tabs. This is just another vintage paper for a tuck spot or wallpaper page. Just a lot of different vintage looking things in here. Fabric on the text, another postcard. That's fabric stamped on. It's just a journal card in there. An old vintage photo. This is a book page pocket. Little tuck spot here with a little ticket in there. And this is a collage tag. Different fabrics. This is an envelope made into a page. Houses this piece of stationery. It's different pieces of fabric just over like where the words were. This is the other side of the linen page. It has a page of a old store receipt tucked in there. The postcard. Journal card. And this another piece of the crochet for a tab. This is another old postcard. Some fun writing on the back. This fabric is on the top of the designer paper pocket. This is just a little place to write. Tucks in this pocket. It's a little fabric ticket. I think these are printable in my Etsy store under tickets. A book page, graph paper, another journal card. This is an old fabric piece. Another old book page is a pocket. Another journal card. It's like a piece of stationery. It's the butterflies and the flowers. That was really pretty. It's a little pocket with the sequin, and this is just a sheer edge ticket and a tuck spot. Another old postcard. It's a vintage stamp. And then this is the back page. This has a fun little journal spot. And then that's the back. So that's that one. I'll show you the other one. They're quite similar, but different. Has the same fabric tied onto the seam. And this one has a tie closure. And this is a little dress pot holder, which has a little vintage photo to kind of a tuck spot up here and a tuck spot down here. Just, you know, kind of a fun place to tuck things. This one has some doilies, and then it has this pin. Open the pin. Just has a rose. Can you see that? There are a rose in there. And then that opens up. Kind of has like two closures almost. Okay, so we open it up and we have the pocket with the journal page in the cover. So this is from, I have some 2 inches little printable sheet in my store. That's one of those. Again, with the old lace on the edge. Another little bundle of different scraps you can use throughout the journal. A book page. Another says the piece of fabric with the crochet edge. Like I said, they're pretty similar. Just have, you know, it's hard to make them exactly the same, but another vintage postcard in there with writing on the back, and then there's your linen page with your ledger paper page. Nice place to write. This is the envelope, the journal page inside, like a tuck spot under here, fabric edge page, another place to write here, little chicken medallion, chicken page, little journal page tucked in the pocket there. This is a bow tie vintage quilt square. This is a piece of vintage fabric tucked under here. This is your coloring page. Another piece of fabric tucked under this belly band. The journal card in this vintage fabric pocket. It's kind of a Franken pages with the vintage pocket. This says vintage finds on it. This is one of the 2-inch squares from the journal printable, or the printable sheet in the Etsy store. Some another little postcard tucked under this tuck spot, made out of scraps. Here's your little pretty page. And this is a tuck spot, journal card, and it's fabric pocket. Good pocket up here with a journal card in it. I think it's two-sided. Little lace on the top, fabric edge. So wallpaper pages, little trim here. This tucks under this belly band, some stamping. It's a wallpaper belly band. Wallpaper pocket. This Eiffel Tower. Stationery paper. Another big journal page in there. Painted book page. A little piece of, it's almost like postage stamp size quilt remnant. There's a journal spot there. Pocket of fabric, and this little 2-inch square matches that pocket. It's kind of cute. And this is a belly band for hanging things, or tuck spot. There's your page and the coffee filter tuck spot. Places to write. This is a bundle of scraps, different things to use in the journal under this little lace pocket. There. This little embellishments and vintage fabrics. This is a place to write. Kind of flips open and flips down. And when you put the picture in, it kind of holds it shut. And here's a vintage photo tucked in the back. And the journal card. All the pages are aged. This is another linen page with the vintage wallpaper. Little stationery piece in that pocket. Kind of a crinkled sheer edge on that fabric. There's another journal spot. Journal card. Ticket in this pocket. A book page. Some fabric in that pocket. Some real sheer fabric on this edge. Some sequin pocket with a ticket. Some vintage paper. And another journal card in that pocket. And that's the back. So that is the 2 journals that I have ready. They'll be in my Etsy store, and I just love the red. I love the vintage. I love the feel of the fabrics and the papers, and it's really a couple fun journals to put together. So they'll be in my Etsy store if you want to go over and check them out and look at the pictures. And yeah, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye now.